Today I want to talk to you guys about travel fly tying kits. I went to a fishing event a couple weeks ago and met up with several guys, and man, every one of them that was tying flies had these great big giant Rubbermaid containers full of crap that they were bringing, and I thought, man, that's just a lot of bulk to carry. So now if I'm going to a fly tying event, I may carry a bunch of materials in my fancier vise, but if I'm just going to the stream or to the lake or on a camping trip or to just go somewhere and I'm going to do some fishing, but I may want to tie some flies, this is my fly tying kit. This thing is the most well-rounded travel kit I think I've ever seen, and it's pretty compact. What it is it's basically a kit that I bought from Academy. That it's a bag that is made to carry your soft plastic baits for baitcaster fishermen. And what it does is you open it up and it's got bags that unzip and just kind of hold all your different gear. So what I've got in mine is, in one side I have basically just a standard vise. And everybody's like, oh, you gotta have a fancy vise. And you know, I have a nice rotary vise on my bench, but I tied on this particular style of vise for over 25 years and I did great. So when I'm out in the woods, I don't need to have my big fancy vise. This thing fits in there just fine. Now, like I say, sometimes I will carry it, but it works good for me. In my toolkit, I keep hackle gauge, bobbin, hair stacker, whip finisher, a little gadget I made to push deer hair, some dubbing wax, some fingernail polish for head cement. That is pretty much all the tools that I need. There's also a bodkin in there to where I can clean eye heads and stuff like that out. So that all zips into one little end here. Stays pretty dang compact. On the other end, if you open it up, I have all my different spools. Here's some wire. Here's the color. There's lead. Basically every major color, wire and lead is carried into that side to where I have it. In this little pouch here, I have bags of dubbing. And I have pretty much every color, both UV, crystal, and standard dubbings. I keep a pretty good variety. And then what I did is I started taking my hooks that I use a lot of and bagging them into smaller bags. I have everything from little jig hooks that I use for various kind of bottom water nymphs. I use them a lot for like mega worms. I keep a lot of little bags. I've went through and I've picked a few of every one of my major hooks, labeled them, and put them in there. In this same package, I keep bead eyes. I have dumbbell eyes, pretty much. And I keep my hooks on one side. I keep my eyes and stuff on the other to where I can open it up and I can kind of see what I want. This one here, I keep different cording, and then all my Chanels. I keep, small wraps, pretty much every kind of Chanel. Got another bag here that I use all the different colors of baby blanket yarn. I use a lot of that for different kinds of flies, so I keep some of that in there. In here, I keep different yarns and flosses, all in bags, so I have a very large assortment of colors to do different things. And a lot of patterns that you tie require a certain material, but you can substitute them, and this works really well for that. And here's where I've really been able to do a lot of good. I keep all these materials in little bags, and what I've done is I've went through and I've picked smaller pieces of hackle. I've got biots, very small hackles, all my different kinds of hackle. I keep partridge feathers, mallard flank, everything you can imagine. All the different kinds of marabou, peacock herl, ostrich herl, biots. I keep pretty much a variety. And what I do, I don't plan on tying dozens and dozens of the same fly if I go somewhere. So I keep enough materials for whatever I'm tying that I can get about a dozen and a half of whatever it is with the materials that I have on hand. Then I have a bag here that is all of my hair. I have some bucktail pieces. I have some deer hair, some elk hair, some moose hair. And then I got like the assortment deer hair package to where I have all the different colors. I keep some rabbit zonkers. There's a part of a hair's mask to where I can get off of in any kind of rabbit stuff that I need. I can, you know, and I can mess around, make my own dubbing, whatever I need to do out there. And then here is all my, I'm not even gonna try to dig all that out, but it's all of my different flash. So I keep all my flash, and then in the back, the wires that I don't have on spools. And then like here's a little package with some wing material, but I've got all the different colors wire spooled up and labeled. With this kit, I can basically tie anything that I'm using. And the reason I know that is because every tie that I've sat down and done where I'm doing a bulk tie of flies, whenever I do that, I've taken a portion of the materials and put it in here. So all the common stuff that I'm using is right here in my little pouch. So I have everything I need in my little pouch. And it looks pretty stiff and bulky, but when you get it done, and you're done with whatever you're doing, it'll zip right up into a nice little compact bag that I keep in my bag that has my waders and all my fishing gear that I go. In this little bag here, like I say, I can stop anywhere and tie. If I go to a fly shop and ask what they're hitting on, I'm one of the old weirdos. I like to fish with my own flies, so I'll buy some of their flies because you need to support your local businesses. But I'll go back in, you know, when I'm in the RV or even on the fish bank, wherever I'm at, and I will tie whatever flies I just bought with the materials that I carry on. And like I say, when I come back, I restock it with whatever I need. But this has basically every material that I can think of. There's a lot of different things that you can substitute that may not be in here, but I have a lot of stuff in here. And like streamer hair and stuff like that, I have it where I can carry different kinds of yarn that I can even make some of my own streamer hair for bigger stuff. And if there's different flies that I'm tying, I can add accordingly. But this has a very big selection to tie all the basic traditional flies and a lot of the modern ones. So I just thought I'd share this idea with you guys because, man, this beats the heck out of carrying a big old Rubbermaid around. I can throw this anywhere. It's durable, it's protected, everything's in a nice area, and I don't have to worry about anything. It nice and compact. So I thought I'd show my little portable kit, and then you guys can see if you like it. If you do, make yourself one. So I hope this gives you guys an idea of, you know, a way better compact area as far as I'm concerned for carrying some gear around.